depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to look again at those Series 5 prize packs. Yesterday I told you they were coming. Yesterday I showed you images of Spec trainer cards in the Series 5 prize packs, which, as I explained yesterday, is a very big deal. The reason it's a very big deal is because we don't get fancy versions of Specs. There's no full art or illustration rare or any of that. So if you're somebody that wants to bling out your deck, make your deck fancy, play the best and coolest versions of particular cards, this is now it. This is essentially your option. You either play this or the regular, and that's it. So honestly, the fact that these exist at all in terms of the prize pack Specs is actually incredibly cool. But you see, after I made the video yesterday, few hours after, which was good because sometimes it's before I upload the video and it invalidates the video and that makes me sad, Pokémon went and published an article about the Series 5 prize packs where they showed us a bunch of cool stuff and gave us the complete set list for the Series 5 prize packs. So, in the vein of, what we were talking about yesterday, I thought it'd be a good idea to start off having a look at these Specs. Now, of course, yesterday I showed you images of Hero's Cape and Awakening Drum, so it's no surprise that they're coming, but I said that the big question here was whether we would be getting Prime Catcher, given that that is pretty obviously, by a bit of a margin, the best of the Specs. Well, you may have noticed a minute ago I showed you the image that Pokemon put on their article, and you may have noticed that Prime Catcher's just there. No ifs, no buts, no maybes, no mucking about here. It's just there and ready to go, and job's a good un. So even though it's on the list, and it is, let's be clear, on the list, there's no controversy here, no mucking about. Prime Catcher is absolutely there. And frankly, Prime Catcher is going to be a pretty big deal. The fact that we are getting Prime Catcher as a prize pack card is really awesome because it's the best one. It's also going to go down as one of the most sought after cards in the prize packs because even if you don't play Prime Catcher in your current deck, I think it's fair to assume that at some point in the future we're all going to play Prime Catcher in a deck. We are going to need it at some point. And no, you absolutely do not need to have the prize pack version of it. Absolutely you do not. But a lot of people are going to want it. And I really do think with these Specs, a lot of people are going to go, well, you know what? I can only play one in my deck. I only need one of these. It's worth it. Because the regular Spec is like a $20 card. If you have a look over on TCG Player right now, it is settling pretty nicely at around about a $20 card. And that's just the regular version. The prize pack version should be, well, quite a bit above. It is pretty cool that we're getting this. I am a fan. And I love the fact that we can just ignore it. Like, if you don't want to go and spend goodness knows how much on a Prime Catcher with the stamp, you don't need to. If you don't want to open a bunch of packs crossing your fingers, you don't need to. But there's always the option if you do, and that's awesome. The other one that was shown off, and they actually gave us a proper scan of this on the website, which is pretty cool. They've gone and shown us Mew EX from 151. Now, this is exciting for two reasons. Firstly, it shows us that 151 cards are up for grabs. And that's one of those things where we kind of assumed that was going to be the case, but we didn't actually know for certain whether that was going to be the case. So the fact that it is now confirmed to be the case is honestly pretty awesome. Confirming 151 cards is beautiful. But the other thing that they've gone and done here is given us one of the best cards in the game as a prize pack card. Because make no mistake about it, Mew EX and 151 is one of the best cards in the game right now, and I really don't think that's a controversial statement. It attacks for colorless energy, and for 3 of them you get to copy your opponent's attack. That's brilliant. It's got free retreat, and actually the best thing about it is the ability restart that once during your turn lets you draw until you have 3 cards in your hand. It gets teched into a bunch of decks and is an extremely good card, and it's Mew, who is very, very popular. So again, I expect the prize pack version of Mew to be a very, very, very popular card. And I think that is pretty gosh darned awesome. So what else is coming around in this prize pack? Well, it's important to note that they're not all new. So Charizard EX, for instance, is coming in the prize pack. And yet, that was in Series 4. We don't need this one. It's not a new card per se. But Charizard has been one of the best decks in the format ever since it came out and remains so now. So the idea that we're going to be getting that again is honestly pretty awesome. We've got stuff like Chen Pao, for instance, which I am aware is not necessarily the best deck in the format, but it's still incredibly good. Well, great news. We're getting that. And yes, we have had that before. It doesn't matter. The fact that we're getting it again is honestly pretty cool. But of course, there are a bunch of new cards in here. A bunch of cards. I mean, I told you yesterday that Temporal Forces coming in here was going to be one of the big things about this set. The fact that we're now getting Temporal Forces cards in here is awesome, because they're cards that we hadn't got before. And once again, we are seeing that these packs are being put together by people who know the game and care about the game. Because who is the best future EX in Temporal Forces? Iron Crown EX. Yeah, that's in the set. Absolutely 100% confirmed to be in the set. It's on the list they went and posted. So the best future EX in the set, that's awesome. Who's the best ancient EX? Well, that would be Raging Bolt. Discard lots of energy, do huge damage. That is the best ancient EX in the Temporal Forces. And oh look, that's in the set. That's gone and been confirmed as well. It's not to say that they are perfect and that they are getting all of the best cards, but it is to say that these are very clearly these prize packs being put together by people who care, who know the game, who play the game, and who are making an effort here to give us the best cards in the set, or at least a lot of them. And I think this is fantastic and brilliant and wonderful, and I'm a massive fan of this. In terms of ace specs, by the way, I've told you 3 of them that have been confirmed. I can also tell you that Reboot Pod, Maximum Belt, and Neo Upper Energy are also coming along in this set. 6 of the 7 ace specs, which are essentially up for grabs, this is too early for Twilight Masquerade cards, are now confirmed to be in the set. 6 out of 7, I hear you say? Which one's missing? Yeah, we're not getting ourselves Master Ball. Master Ball is not coming in the set. 6 of 7 are coming. Master Ball's the one that's being left out. And there's a couple theories I've got along this line. One theory is that this wasn't from the set over in Japan. Over in Japan, this is in the Koraidon and Miraidon decks. So it essentially came from somewhere different. It's almost in a different category, so to speak, if that doesn't sound too weird. So it being excluded on that basis would kind of make sense. It's also a reprint in a way that the other 6 aren't, so it makes sense excluding it there. It is also, now that Lugia's got better ace specs, it is basically entirely unplayable, although Neo Upper Energy isn't exactly a particularly good card. So if you want the list as a whole here, because I think the easiest way to do is just give you the whole list, and just to be clear, cannot stress this enough, they are not all new cards. Some of them have been given out before. They've just added a bunch of really cool new ones to make it even better. We've got Baxcalibur, Bramblegast, Brute Bonnet, Charizard EX, Chen Pao EX, Dojorio, Farigarath EX, Feraligatr, Fluttermane, Fortress EX, Garchomp EX, Gardevoir EX, that one's really good, Garganacl, Golden Go EX, Groudon, Iron Crown, Iron Hands, and Iron Valiant EX. Them all having iron at the front of the name does make it easier to know which ones are coming. Jirachi, Koraidon, Mew EX, Mewtwo EX, Miraidon and Miraidon EX, Morpeko, Pidgeot EX, which we all know is amazing, Rabsca, Raging Bolt EX, Roaring Moon EX, Sandy Shocks EX, Skeleturge EX, Squawkabilly EX, Torterra EX, and Xatu. Those are all of the Pokemon that we are going to be getting in here. In terms of trainer cards, we got ourselves Ancient Booster Energy Capsule, and to spoil a surprise, Future as well. Arven, Atticus, Awakening Drum, Boss's Orders, Buddy Poffin. That is, we should have mentioned that a minute ago, honestly. If we go back to the original image that I showed you at the start, Buddy Poffin was confirmed on there. And frankly, this is one of the best cards in the game. It lets you go and search for your basic Pokemon. It is a phenomenal card. So the fact that we're getting that confirmed is absolutely brilliant. Cypher Maniac's Code-Breaking, Countercatcher, Earthen Vessel, Explorer's Guidance, Full Metal Lab, Heavy Baton, Hero's Cape, Iono, Judge, Luxurious Cape, Maximum Belt, Mellar, Moonlit Hill, Morty's Conviction, Nestball, Perilous Jungle, Prime Catcher, that's a really good one, Professor Sada's Vitality, Professor Turo's Scenario. Both of those also has Professor's Research, Rare Candy, Reboot Pod, Rescue Board, Salvatore, Super Rod, Switch, Technical Machine, Evolution and Devolution, Techno Radar, Tulip and Ultra Ball. And then in terms of your energy, we got Special Energy of Jet, Mist, Neo Upper and Reversal, and then all the different basic energy. I know for a lot of people these prize packs are things you largely ignore. You don't need them and you're happy to just go along without them, and that is absolutely fine. But I also know for a lot of people, these are the reason you're going along to League at the moment. The reason why competitive players are still turning up to very small tournaments. And I adore this. I think these are brilliant and wonderful. I think these are among the best things that Pokemon have done in many, many years to push forward the Pokemon trading card game. And I think it is absolutely wonderful. Plus, bringing in Specs and a bunch of other cool cards are brilliant. But I've told you about all this now, so now it's over to you guys. Which of the cards from this set are you most looking forward to? Are you going to be getting a bunch of prize packs, or are they for people other than yourself? Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. And of course, get shout outs on the channel like the lovely Andrew Kincaid, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.